Welcome to stunning Stellenbosch for the second of two matches between South Africa's under-18 women, composed for the very first time in history, and they are taking on the Netherlands under-18 women here at the Marcotte complex at the famous Paul Roos Gymnasium in Stellenbosch in the Western Cape of South Africa. An historic event, to be sure. The first of the two matches happened on Friday, the first time ever that a South African under-18 side has taken to any rugby field. All of this part of building towards a stronger SA under-20 side, which will in turn, of course, feed the national side, which went oh so well at the Women's World Cup in England this year. The explosion of women's rugby all around the world has not been neglected here in South Africa. And the South African under-18 women gave a good account of themselves in that first match against a very athletic Netherlands under-18 women's side. A couple of tries scored for sure by the Netherlands under-18 women, only 2 conversions to the 5 tries, I believe, and the SA under-18 women scored 2 tries of their own. They were very game in the first half. In the second half started fading away somewhat, so we'll see if they can turn around that form here with the 26 players they have on offer to the 23 that the Netherlands women have on offer, 2 of their players being ruled out by 2 different injuries. Concussion protocol for Elfie Mulier and a hip injury for Faye Bushnell, who scored a try on Friday. And we are going to have a chance to speak to Mats Marker, player who played 80 times for the Netherlands and 100 times for their Sevens outfit, to see his thoughts before this historic match.
So it is a memorable moment, a first of its kind, an incredible milestone in South African women's rugby development. It is the second of the first ever international official tests that the SA Under-18 girls will be playing, and their first ever opponents are the Netherlands Under-18 girls, who have won the first game. I believe it was 29 points to 12, well fought. That was on Friday. We're here for the second test, and with the proud head coach, Mats Marker of the Netherlands Under-18 girls side. Mats, you've got an incredible story. A New Zealander currently, Fabian Holland, is someone that has come through your academy from a small town just outside of Amsterdam and coming to a small town, famous town in South Africa, Stellenbosch. How important is this tour for Netherlands women's rugby?
If there was another word for much important, I will use it, but it's incredible for the girls. And same as I'm the head coach, but we're together head coaches, so with Marcel, and it's amazing to be here. It's amazing to be invited, and it's amazing for us that we beat South Africa the first game. And a lot of people think, you know, we came from a really small country with less rugby players, and if you see what we already achieved with those girls, it's amazing, and the journey goes on. So and I hope it doesn't stop after this one. And because the girls deserve a podium, what they work for, they work even harder as the boys, I think, and they deserve a podium. And we got it here in South Africa, in Stellenbosch. It's an amazing place. It's an amazing area. The hospitality is amazing. So we're really proud of what we're doing, but we're really proud on our opponent, South Africa, as well. So.
And those were the thoughts of Mats Marker, head coach of Netherlands. And then we also had a chance to hear from Jongi Nokwe, the Springbok and the coach of the SA Under-18 women.
It's been a historic week for women's rugby in South Africa. We're at Marcotte Stadium in Stellenbosch, where a massive milestone for women's rugby development in SA has taken place over the last few days. It is time now for the second game in terms of the first ever SA Under-18 girls international tests, and head coach of the SA Under-18 girls, former Springbok, 4 tries against Australia, Jongi Nokwe. What a moment. You know, coming from the Eastern Cape, being familiar with the border regions, how important this is for so many of the girls. Some positives from that first day, and a proud coach. Although you didn't get the result, some big positives to take away. What are some of them that stuck out for you, Coachy?
Thanks, Vacha. Yes, of course, there was some few positive stuff here last week on Friday. If, like you can see, our scrums there was positive. I think we managed to get our balls in the scrum, and also some line out as well. We did get our line out, and also, if you can see, the 2 tries we score from build up our 13. You can see that the first try of Nondumiso, and also the second try of Noah Levy. There was good tries, both of them.
You speak of Nondumiso, Molusi, an incredible winger, pacey as well. I'm sure you can relate a little bit to her. But what are some of the positives from the group? How important it is? You started off with quite a few players. There's a massive coaching staff. SA Rugby coming and partnering with so much collaboration behind the scenes. From here going forward, what's the plan? And from this game here, is a win what it's all about, or are you hoping to just see progress?
I think this game, if like we can just improve what we did last week, we can just step one at a time. The win, yes, we will have to have the win, but the most important thing is that's the first time these girls they get this kind of opportunity. We just want them to just get that experience to enjoy each and every single minute.
Then it's
Always good to hear from Jongi Nokwe. What a player and what a coach he's turned out to be. And joining me in commentary is the man in the shades. He is Mtunzi Fudge Mabeta, who is also watching over this coin toss. Fudge, you were here on Friday. Fascinating match between these two sides.
Yeah, Paul Stubbs, a privilege, a pleasure, and what an honor it is to be a part of this historic test series against the Netherlands under-18 girls up against the SA under-18 girls for the first time ever playing international rugby at this level. Some stars in this starting lineup. Look out for Nuha Levy, so much experience. She has a great feel for the game. Danica Pipers has been really dangerous as well for the under-18 South African girls. But for me, it's that tight five. So powerful. They've had a few changes. Of course, rotation would be expected just to get a feel for the players at this level. And a massive game again for Mivuyo Pauli together with Sine Khasmeni and Likona Gyani. Look out for her. I think she'll be coming on 4 papers. But Shanice Skolts, really fantastic. Levy scoring one of the 2 tries they were able to score. Nondumiso Molusi, I think, will be shifted to the bench, but look out for her. Also an extremely talented player, just raw speed. For the Netherlands under-18 girls, well, look, the coaching staff, we speak about so much experience and what they've been able to achieve in terms of developing the game, the women's game in the Netherlands. They've been playing together for at least 3-4 years. They've had 6 international games this year already, and you can tell the Vera Roters, the number 10, 2 tries on Friday. Frederik Spoelman will come in for another very talented scrum half, which is Iris Jasmin van Brakel, who was excellent on day one. And then the props, my favorite, the way they offload the ball, their understanding of the game. Shamira Stati and Ima Bevers, just incredible. Led by Ruas Chang, who is also just a great leader, great feel for the game. You'll see the strategies they look to deploy. Issa Dupre, closer to the action, she played at winger. Again, great understanding of the game. You'll see her getting involved defensively and reading the game beautifully on attack. And it'll be interesting to see how Carmen van Buyten connects with Roters, especially with Lika van der Grint moving to fullback. Maybe some counter-attacking, maybe some more rugby will be seen from her. Mati, the captain, moves to number 8 for this fixture here. Maybe a few more pick and goals. We saw a great arm wrestle with the set piece between these 2 young girls' sides. And really, they can be so impressed, the SA under-18 girls coaching staff, with just the level of fight they had. Maybe not at the same level in terms of experience. Playing, it's very difficult for you to be able to create that environment on the training pitch, especially with such a short turnaround time for this SA under-18 girls squad. But lots of positives to take from Friday, and looking forward to see how these girls go toe-to-toe once more today.
Were the conditions any better than they were on Friday?
Well, funny enough, the Netherlands under-18 girls coaching staff said, well, look, it's Max Verstappen weather. It was in the rain, so we've got an advantage there. I think these conditions will suit the SA under-18 girls. Their skill level isn't there yet. Under pressure like the Netherlands under-18 girls. I think in the rainy conditions it was easier for them to handle the ball, but like there's a bit of a breeze here now. It's clear skies, beautiful conditions here in Stellenbosch at Markotter Stadium, at Paul Roos Gymnasium, a legacy school when it comes to the game, and great facilities out here. It'll be interesting to see what the SA under-18 girls do. Will they kick? They were running from deep inside their own 22, which was so exciting, but you could see it had a sapping effect in the last 20 minutes of their game on Friday.
You were hitting these heights back in your day when you were making the come up in the game of rugby. What kind of impression are you looking to make on the coaches? What are you looking to achieve at this kind of age group level?
Well, I think that's what it's all about here, is just pathways, right? Being able to track the development of these youngsters. It's just, I'd like to just tip my hat to all of the high schools that have girls rugby programs that have fed this team over here. And from here, they'll go up to the SA Under-19 girls side, and then after that, they'll be able to play in the junior girls side, under-20s, where hopefully there'll be some international tests there as well. So this is where it all starts. This is where the players want to stick up their hand, want to listen to the coaches, show that they are coachable. And more than anything, it's not about the winning necessarily right now. Progress, that is key.
These are the women of Netherlands, under-18, victorious on Friday, led out of their change rooms by Roos Chang. And they'll be looking to go back-to-back here on South African soil in this match designed to develop these young women, prepare them for the women's game in the years to come. The Springbok women's under-18, they're looking to implement an under-19 team as well to lead to the under-20s to go to the women's side proper. And today, walking out of their change rooms, led by Palesa Matia, they'll have the chance to sing their national anthem for a second time in a couple of days, and to go into the festive season with some smiles on their faces, having worn that green and gold jersey with pride.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, Paul Stubbs. I'm from Hector Peterson High School in Wallisdean, Kraaifontein. She is a 90% student as well. Did matric this year, did the captain, Marty. And it's just, for me, just one of the different characters in the squad and an important part of it.
Firstly, for a moment of silence for Bulls Daisies captain and Springbok women's player Lusanda Dumke for her sad passing, followed by the national anthem of South Africa.
Nkosi sikeleli Afrika malophakanyisa uphondo lwayo izwa imithandazo yethu Nkosi sikelela thina lusapho lwayo murena buluka sichama ons ewige gebergtes waar die krasse antwoord gee. Sounds the call to come together and united we shall stand. Let us live and strive for freedom in South Africa.
Sister Bettina, all right. In the meantime, it is about to go. Somebody tonight.
Just the anthem for the South African ladies to kick this one off, and the Netherlands women's under-18 side ready to take to the field. But before any of that action gets underway, let us take a moment to celebrate the life of a former Springbok women's captain, Lusanda Dumke, who tragically, and I do mean tragically, passed away this very morning at the age of 29, a woman who hailed from the Eastern Cape, who led Border to a national championship, and similarly so the Bulls Daisies, and captained her nation on a number of occasions, attending the World Cup in New Zealand a few years back. She was a powerful woman and an incredible force in the game of rugby in this nation, not so, Fudge?
Yeah, no, 100%. We extend our deepest condolences to the Dumke family, loved ones, friends, and teammates on the sad passing of Lusanda. Just an incredible woman, an incredible leader, and she paved the way for so many of these youngsters we're seeing here today. Even in the face of immense personal challenge, she carried herself with dignity, strength, inspiring those around her on and off the field. I myself was inspired by Lusanda Dumke, a tragic moment in terms of women's rugby, in terms of sport on the continent. What a hero. Three times Premier Division, provincial Premier Division women's champion with the Bulls Daisies, former Springbok captain, over 33 caps for the Springboks. She was just an incredible woman, and she will be remembered.
A stunning loss, and may she rest in peace. We're underway here in Stellenbosch today, as the show always goes on, and these young women are looking to live up to that legacy left behind by the mighty Lusanda. Taken forward by Ponchi. A product of Border, just like the famous Lusanda Dumke. Now another chance for the young Springbok woman to get onto the front foot. Rasmeni, the first to carry that pass in the face of danger, not very beneficial to her friends. Still, they are in the red zone of the Netherlands woman, and a good start to the game here for the South African women's under-18 side. Played away by Gianni. Oh, and the error comes. Now a chance for the captain of Netherlands to pick up and go. Chang, no advantage. Scrum, chance for a scrum.
Good start by the SA Under-18 girls, applying pressure nice and early. Passes are actually starting to stick. They're building a few phases, asking good questions, but you've got to take your opportunities. They can't have too many of those mistakes. This Netherlands Under-18 girls side is quality anywhere on the pitch. First scrum.
Crouch.
This will be interesting.
Bind. Let's get up. Wait. Let's get up. Wait. Don't bail out. If you feel uncomfortable, it's fine. I will see it. Go.
Well, coaching at scrum time, so pivotal at this age. Or at any age when you're scrumming against a South African.
True that. It's all about technique and timing.
Bind. Sit.
Referee Gianna Viljoen calls the scrum, picked up at the back of a retreating scrum by Willemsen, one of the try scorers on Friday.
No.
Out of 5 try scorers for the Netherlands women. That was illegal inside the ruck. Put hands on the ball. Penalty Netherlands.
Side entry.
It's always so interesting to see this Netherlands Under-18 girls side. They always make sure they check every single option available. They look like they wanted to run that one quickly just in case it was on, but then they found out, think twice.
Perfect.
We're now 22, let's try and get territory. So impressive for such youngsters.
Good line out feed, taken in by Lammers. Plays a number out to the left, but not really working that depth to perfection. Oh, yeah! How about that for a hit from Mattia? The captain setting the tone
High tackle.
here for the young Springbok woman. And it's a penalty for an unfortunate high tackle.
Number 13.
Playing into a significant breeze, which might be part of the reason why the Netherlands Under-18 woman looks so keen to tap and go with penalty opportunities rather than kick into the teeth of that breeze. And here comes a kick from Reuters. A good kick as well. In fact, it's gone out on the full, unfortunately.
She won't be too disturbed by that as well. It's a difficult one to be able to get a feel for the wind. She would have taken notes from that attempt. And for me, what's so impressive about Reuters, it's a decision making for an 18-year-old girl. It really is top shelf. She identified some space. They're trying to get out of their own half, and it's just centimeters short there from kicking it out directly. The breeze is pushing towards that touch line as well, so she'll want to just keep it a few clicks towards the left. But look out for Roters, proper number 10, a proper general. And well, we saw these youngsters, they play with so much pride. And we will see a few injuries here and there, but it hasn't been too bad from day one. It looks like that's Carmen Ross, if I'm not mistaken, and hopefully she's okay.
No, wait, girls. Still waiting for the sub.
Oh, so much disappointment on Ross so early in this game.
Time's back on.
There, Ross makes her way from the field in the background, and the game goes on in the foreground. Pauli taking it in. Impressive line out from the South African under-18 woman, and even more impressive maul, holding their body shape well and marching forward under the attentions of the Netherlands under-18 woman, and now trying for that half gap on the outside was Levy. Hunted down by Roters. Oh, good drifting ball to the outside. Here comes a chance. That's brilliant rugby. Oh, what a tackle. She puts it down and goes again. The knock-on comes.
Penalty.
Molusi almost getting there for South Africa's under-18 women. Great tackle from Bremer. That's what the people want to see.
Yeah, it all starts with the excellent service from the base of the ruck. Likona Kiani. Great hands from Noah Levy. It's quick ball, work off the ball, cleaning and making sure that you're going same side. It was an excellent drifting line by Shanice Scholz, the fullback, and then she just pops it up for Nondumiso Moloi right in front of her. Great pickup from her. She should be finishing here. What a tackle that is from Issa Dupre. She's an excellent reader of the game, and it's a try saver from Issa Dupre there.
Finding touch, Levy, attacking line out for South Africa's under-18 women, and what a start to the match they're having.
That's it, keep there.
So you'll see there are, perhaps it's a bit confusing seeing the substitutions jerseys on as well. I do believe the Netherlands under-18 girls have kept the same numbers as they did on day one. So do bear with us as we decode it.
Shift over again, that's it. Crouch! Bind! Set!
Spoelman to feed the scrum. And there's an advantage to the Netherlands under-18 woman. That'll be frustrating.
Yes, the exuberance of youth, isn't it? Getting a little bit ahead of themselves. The SA under-18 girls just need to keep your calm. All the pressure's on the Netherlands under-18 girls. It's about making the right decisions, not taking any chances, not rolling the dice to try and keep that pressure on them. And that's just an easy exit.
Ask them.
Getting a little ahead of themselves there, the SA under-18 girls. But one thing with this wind, it is quite difficult to get out of your half. So still in the driver's seat here, the SA under-18 girls. Really good start.
Quite a contest in the air.
It's the intent for me there, Paul Stars, Mivuyo, Pauli. She does play her opposition in the air there, but it's a good contest.
How about that for a touch finder under trying circumstances, well up beyond the halfway line. In fact, on the South African 10-meter line.
You can play
And
the ball. Don't
Netherlands have their first real attacking opportunity of this match thus far.
I did tell her now. No, we're going to play now, okay?
Well taken by Ross. Now that's an errant ball over the top, which will put Netherlands under pressure. That's not going to help either. Scrum South Africa. They are dominating the opening phases of this match.
Yeah, and what's really good there is they're celebrating the small battles. You can see words of encouragement coming from the bench. That's what you want if you're a head coach. It just shows that you've got your finger on the pulse of the game. You're staying in it. And look, good adaptation there from the Netherlands under 18 girls to change the point in that line out. But again, Pauli getting up.
Bind! Girls, there's enough space for heads. We don't need to fight. Keep your head straight. Keep your head straight. Same. We're not fighting for head space. Okay, let's go. Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Johnny to feed.
Use it.
What looks like a powerful South African scrum. Good hands as well. Here's one of the superstars, Jessie Skuman. Hails from DF Milan here in the Western Cape. Defensive line strong and fast from Netherlands, Pauli. Showing she's got skills in the air and on the ground. Now played away by Johnny. Good shape, good systems here by the South African women who've been together for a couple of weeks now, following on from when they got together for the Elite Player Development Program. Now powering her way through the head. Baloyi. Phase after phase. South Africa's under 18 women continue to dominate possession and territory. What's an offload to Scholz and good pace onto the ball. The offload game, so much confidence that their teammates are going to be coming around the corner and off their shoulders. And the big strong run now from Ponchi. Gianni sends it blind. Not much to work with there for Fazi.
Advantage never on side, number 17.
Now a penalty advantage. Gianni to clear. How does the South African under 18 women's side now approach this scenario 5 meters out from the opposition line?
Patience. That's what they need here. Patience. Build the pressure 1 meter at a time, just like that. Another strong carry by the prop forwards. That time it's Ngwenya.
And they reload again. Now just a couple of meters short of the line. The Netherlands women need to focus in here on the power play. But just as that becomes a danger, the ball goes wide of the penalty advantage waiting. And there's one player down for Netherlands under 18 women up towards their own 10-meter line here. They'll get a chance to get back to 15 on 15 after this. But some attrition early on as Emma Beavers is getting some attention.
How's that offload? Jessie Skuman, I mean, in contact, one-handed offload. Sunnypil Williams will be standing up, giving a round of applause there. And it's just, look, Shanice Scholz, she's in the mood, the fullback, joining the line beautifully, running off of shoulders. I like this by Fazi as well, running into arms, making sure she dominates the contact point, and they're just building phases so nicely. Look at Likona Kiani, conducting play as well. Definitely massive improvement from day one for the SA under 18 girls. And head coach Jongi Nokwe, he'll be very happy with this performance so far. You can still see the nerves. Of course, it will happen, never having played at this level before. The SA under 18 girls, and some passes not really making it into the breadbasket. We saw that cruel one to Jessie Skuman. But liking the intent. Good multi-dimensional approach as well. When to keep it with the forwards, when to spread it out wide. This is a fantastic stanza of play by the youngsters.
They got together at the end of November, so a couple of weeks back, and they had their first meeting just down the road, over an hour in Riebeek Kasteel, beautiful part of the country, and as is this here in Stellenbosch, where they moved to. Did some training at the Stellenbosch Academy of Sports, which is literally just out of camera shot here. And now here they are in their second match against the Netherlands women and showing some real cohesion. Good run from Ponchi off the tap and go. Now driving forward is Gata. Gata short. Called away from the turnover attempt. The young Netherlands women are now reaching for the line, short of the line, according to our referee, Ms. Fulyoon. South Africa's under 18 women go again. Do well not to get held up over the line there, which would result in a turnover of possession.
Hold the line.
So important to be careful now with those new rules in place. Looked like it was dotted down, but the error comes. Knock on from Pauli. Right on the brink of success. An error comes and the scoreline remains 0-0.
That's hard. Great courage shown by the Dutch there. SA under-18 girls, that's the strategy you want. That's the tactic. Pick and go, fight for that centimeter. And it's just so unlucky not to have gotten a try there. Over the line, old Tlekari Paloi needed to do was just dot it down.
Sit! Hold it.
Scrum feed comes from Frederic Spoelman. Played away by Lammers. Well, space galore here. And now running free is Spoelman. Looking to link with her teammates, and she does so well. A couple of numbers out to the left here. Good hustle from Molusi to shut down the opportunity. And Molusi may have just turned it over as well. Oh, look at that for a counteract from Netherlands as well, though. Played away by South Africa. There's plenty of pepper in this match early on. Gata.
Yeah, what a battle. What a battle. Excellent play again. Gianni digging for the ball. Scrumming, really looking the part here.
Number 23, offside.
Well, this is exciting.
Yep.
Not just for the context
Number
of this match,
23,
but
just clean up a
thinking
bit.
towards the future as well, building that under-20 side, building the Springbok women's side, building towards World Cup victory.
Look, I tell you what it takes to have World Cup victory. It's that steal, that jackal by Nondumiso Molusi, your wingers getting over the ball. Excellent technique. I mean, the bravery to stay in the dark places and be able to come out with it top notch. You see flankers usually doing that. Nondumiso Molusi playing the part. We've seen her on attack, we're seeing on defense. Top notch.
Line out feed comes from Masizana. Away to Levy. Happy to play the expensive game of the young South African woman, but happy to get physical too when the time comes. Now Rasmeni asked to do some hard work, and just in time her teammates arrive to clear out that ruck. Gianni plays it away. Netherlands women have reloaded in defense, and they're numbered up on the outside there. Crucial clear out coming from the ever industrious wing, Nondumiso Molusi.
Roll.
And meters being made on these hard carries by the young South African woman as well. But that kind of ball, catching them behind the gain line, making harder work for the likes of Tlekane Baloyi. Gianni plays it away. The defensive rush from Netherlands is stifling right now. Beavers putting the pressure on this time, and the kick comes across, almost perfectly measured.
2 words.
Okay,
Good ruggers. That's what that is. Good ruggers. Really, Likona Gianni, I just love how she's right on top of the ruck, making sure that as soon as the ball's available, it's coming out there. And it's just allowing Nuha Levy a little more time. And it puts pressure on the Netherlands under-18 girls' defensive press. Here we take a look at that defensive press. They're right on the line, nice low body position. And it's Pauli who should have got the try here. Good low, good push, and she's got it down. Very unfortunate not to have gotten the try given.
So it's Spoelman having to pick up a difficult bouncing ball, and Netherlands continue to be under massive pressure here at the Markota complex in Stellenbosch in their own 22, fighting and playing into the wind as well. So insofar as that goes, not conceding any points thus far in this half, that may well prove to be an outstanding effort come the final reckoning of this one. So we'll see how the South African women deal with this wind in the second half. The error comes just as they try to keep.
Tell you what, on Friday afternoon, that's one thing we did not get to see the entire game. I'm sure they had at least 15 to 20 offloads between the two of them. Shamira Stati, the loose head, and Irma Bevers, the tight head prop. Excellent handling skills in some damp conditions on Friday. And, well, it's edge of your seat stuff out here, isn't it? Nail biting.
Crouch.
Now the people love their rugby in these parts.
Fine. Sit.
Yet another opportunity here for South Africans under-18 women to strike, but it's a heel against the head. And that's going to be a coach killer, kicking it downfield, and wisely so, Reuters. Players out of position for South Africa. And we're going back for a penalty advantage to the visitors. So not capitalizing on that wind at their back, on all the opportunities they've had thus far. South Africa may just pay for this in the second half, Fudge.
Well, I think that's one thing they'll have on their minds, and I think that from the coaching staff now, don't panic. It's going to be one of those games. Stay on top of it. Make sure you're playing in the right areas, as the SA Under-18 girls have done, and keep contesting. Don't be complacent. You've got them here, the Netherlands Under-18 girls. They really are struggling to get out of their own half. I mean, we've seen almost 3/4 of the first half, and this is pretty much as far up the pitch as the Netherlands Under-18 girls have gotten. Interesting how Spoelman is throwing in here, the scrum half.
She can do it all, Spoelman. Getting a bit lucky there. No lift. Popped over the top and taken forward by Stati.
Obviously offside.
Well, an advantage for offside now as Netherlands are flexing their muscles. Spoelman getting there quickly and playing away. Well, how about that for an injection of pace from Rotters? Brought down at the crucial moment. Spoelman.
Number 6.
That's what they do so well. This Netherlands Under-18 girls side, they'll absorb pressure, and you'll think maybe the energy is a little bit low from defending so many phases of play, being, you know, pretty much kept against the ropes in your own half, and then all of a sudden it's just a burst from them as soon as they get the opportunity to attack. They've got great character.
Oh, Wind playing all sorts of games there. Difficult for Nondimiso Malosi to deal with, but Malosi in the end
Perfect.
unable to keep it in field. It's going to be a Netherlands line out about 7 meters out from the line here. Their first real opportunity. Can they capitalize, and how much would that hurt from a South African perspective? Spoelman, the scrum half feeds the line out, this time not working out. And a fortuitous escape for the young Springbok woman. Now that is a looping ball play to Levy, who uses the wind at her back to hang one high. It falls onto her opposite number, Rotters, who has in support Van de Grient. Good strong run from the inside center. Spoelman can clear quickly. The lanky halfback for Netherlands Under-18. Crucial tackle that, getting across field.
Release out!
But still just outside their opposition's 22. Spoelman plays to a blind side, which is narrow, strong, running from Beavers, knocking a couple of defenders over. The counter ruck, highly effective from Rasmeni. Spoelman plays it blind again. Rotters with a short ball. Spoelman, so rapid to get to those breakdowns, to recycle quickly, should it be possible, which is becoming more and more often the case.
No. You're already off your feet. Can't play there.
Yeah, Paloi does so well to get involved. She just needs to listen to the referee there.
Spoelman away to Beavers. Netherlands remaining on the front foot. Here comes Stati, dealing with a couple of defenders. 5 meters to travel now. Spoelman gets it clear. Now they've got numbers in motion on the outside. It's absolutely brilliant rugby, and the try goes to Brewer.
That's what they can do, this Netherlands Under-18 girls side. As soon as they're on point, they are on point. Excellent little wraparound by Juliet Brover. But again, that link up, Shamira Stati, the loose head with Ima Beavers. Once they start connecting, they just gobble up yardage. And when they get that momentum way over the advantage line, well, the back line, they know how to link up. Again, great work rate from Juliet Brover to come around the corner and create that overlap, but it's the handling to get it to her that is impressive and gives them the first points of this fixture. And it's deserved. Showed good character defending their line. And as soon as they got the opportunity, made sure it
30 seconds.
turned into points.
Yasmin Plucher with the attempted post. That was always going to be difficult. Got a good strike on it, but it goes drifting away as the wind continues to blow at the back of the South African side here in the first half. But it's Netherlands that strike first. 5 points to 0.
Yeah, this is just really good. Fine identifying players. I mean, that's a cutout pass. They've got so many players that make it difficult for the SA Under-18 girls to fan out there. That one pass beats 3 defenders and then Brover around the corner. Never going to get her. Very well worked, Netherlands Under-18 girls.
Enjoying their time in South Africa, clearly. And why wouldn't they?
Yeah, it's just amazing speaking to Mats Marcus, the head coach. It's so important for them to get these tours, to partner with a country that's so passionate about rugby. I mean, the intellectual property that's going around and trickling down to these youngsters. What an opportunity.
Securing victory on day one on Friday and looking for a second in 2 days of play here. So a change coming on for South Africa's under-18 women.
Time's back on.
Staying on the field after the treatment was Emma Beavers. And what a crucial player she is. Highly talented tight head prop. Back underway, courtesy of Nua Levy, one of South Africa's 2 try scorers on the first day's play. Played away by Van Baten to Van den Akker. And now changing direction. When they have ball in hand, oh boy, they look dangerous. Roters taking on all of the South African defenders. Roters looking to go around here. Well marshaled by Levy, and crucially so. How talented is this number 10? Played away quickly as well by Spoelman. And now again, Netherlands have numbers. Streaming to the outside, cutting back in field is Plugger. Back into the South African 22. In a heartbeat. Beavers on the carry, attracting those defenders. Really is a focal point of the Netherlands attack when they need to slow things down, consolidate, reload and go again. Spoelman clearing quickly and accurately, time after time. The floating ball just about taken in by Van der Akker. Spoelman there to clear. Oh, just about 7 meters out from the line. The pass misses the target.
Was that in a tackle or was it deliberate? Deliberate knock on.
Oh boy.
It's a deliberate knock on.
Oh, that'll be a real
There's
kick
no
in the
over.
gut. South Africa's under-18 women controlling this match for about 15 plus minutes, dominating possession and territory. All of a sudden, they found themselves a woman down and on their own try line, fighting to not concede the second score of this game. Spoelman looking for clean ball. She won't need it. They go over the top and straight up the guts. Looks like Beavers gets her name on the board.
Yeah, Emma Beavers, one of the stars of this Netherlands under-18 girls side. They just know how to keep turning the screws. Once they've got you against the ropes, they have mesmerizing methods of just dismantling defenses. Yes, one of the stars, Nyla Janssen, outside center, gets that yellow card, but it's just so difficult to defend against this Netherlands under-18 girls side. The multi-dimensional approach, the hands in contact. You saw how many players Beaver sucks in once she carries it, and it's just so difficult to then keep up with play because they shift that contact point with some proper handling.
Glorious views everywhere you look here in Stellenbosch as this time the kick is good. 7 points on the board for Netherlands under-18 women, and they lead 12 points to 0.
Yeah, so for the captain now, Mati, before these players get onto the pitch in the second half, fresh legs, that's when they really become dangerous, the Netherlands under-18 girls. But they just want to try to have a good kick chase here now, apply pressure so that the mistake can come, and then they've got about 2 minutes before they can score some points in this first half. It'll be vital for the SA under-18 girls, especially since they're down to 14 players.
Let's go.
They need to keep the ball out of Netherlands' hands, because when the Rotors touches the ball, danger abounds. Levy goes long with the restart, well taken in by the Netherlands side, ever growing in confidence and effectiveness as well. 15 against 14, remember, as Lammers carries into contact. And Roters has cut them open again. She decides to pin her ears back eventually, once again marshaled by Levy. This time she gets her pass away, but they cannot hold on Netherlands. But Roters is an excitement machine.
The real deal. You know what's so impressive there, Paul, is the way she stacks that pod in front of her. She makes sure that the players on the outside of the ball carrier and on the inside of the ball carrier are actual real options. And then her depth, her communication as a driver behind that pod to make sure that she's running into shoulders and running into defensive players who are seeing two different options.
Crouch.
She's just difficult to keep your eyes on Roters. I guess the only person who's got her number on the pitch right now is opposite number, Nuha Levy.
Sit.
Scrum feed to South Africa's under-18 women, and they see possession for the first time in a while. Dominant run from their captain, Mathieu. In fact, it's Baloy on the charge. Played away by Gianni. Looking to find that form they were showing early on in the match, retaining possession and marching their way downfield. Levy, with that wind at her back, wisely using it to best effect. Winning easy meters rather than running into the fierce defense of Netherlands. The kick chase, not so great though. A broken line presents an opportunity for the counter-attack for the Netherlands, who have two women on the outside now. Roters looking to occupy those defenders. What a steal away from Molusi.
Yeah, Nondumiso Molusi once more stops Roters. Knows Roters is always looking for the offload. Excellent work defensively again by the right winger.
With a penalty advantage, it's now the Springbok under-18 women looking for the counter-attacking play. Compromised position, Jesse Skuman looking for something from referee Fulyon and getting absolutely nothing at all. Now Gianni plays it open side again. No real numbers out here, no real plan for the Springbok women, and so they'll go back for that penalty advantage.
Playing in the 9. Yeah.
So the tap and go comes from Molusi, looking to double around the outside here and do it all on her own. And that's what can happen on a rugby field when you don't get a little help from your friends.
Well put. You know, that's Beavers. No look pass. She's just so cool on the ball. The tight end prop. And then Van der Akker protecting the ball. Just being unison. And Beavers then backs up Van der Akker. That's pretty much how this Netherlands under-18 girls side plays for each other, which makes it so difficult to get the ball back. You've got to chase your kicks. They don't look like they want to kick anymore. The way they're able to run towards the supporters, it's very impressive. Well-oiled machine, this Netherlands under-18 girls side.
Body from side.
Heitlager who feeds the line out this time with the halfback Spoelman back in her
Backwards.
rightful position, if you will. Taken in by Van Baten. Spoelman. Good sharp hands from Van der Akker, really looking to move this ball wide at every opportunity, and you can see why. Brover on the outside. Hunted down by the cover defense, effective from Fazi. Spoelman clears. Gaps appearing in this South African women's defense. All over the field all of a sudden.
Shown player.
Klawe trying to make her difference at ruck time. Could not. Spoelman plays away. Slightly slower ball for Netherlands. All the same, they cross the gain line through Stati. Those front rankers do hard work for this Netherlands under-18 side. Good play as well from Ross to keep the ball alive, but it's been stolen away from Netherlands through an interception for South Africa's under-18 woman. That's a horrible kick attempted by Scholz, and she will be frustrated with that. It's presented an opportunity to Netherlands. Obstruction. Sweet relief for South Africa.
Yeah, clever. Clever that by Shanice Scholz. Made sure that the referee could see she's trying to get towards the player. Van der Akker, very difficult to stop in these wider channels. She's big and strong, and Scholz is trying to get her. That was clever by Issa Dupre. Knew exactly what she was doing, the right winger, playing at outside center here this afternoon. But again, SA under-18 girls, what they need to do more of is get a little bit closer, a little bit deeper, so that the options are on. It's just so easy for the Netherlands under-18 girls to draw and pass. And with that defensive press, it's tough for the SA under-18 girls to get it to those wider channels.
Number 20. Here you go.
And the green and gold jersey always comes accompanied with an expectation of high standards from fans all around the country and the world, and those in attendance here in Stellenbosch today are seeing plenty of progress from this young South African women's under-18 side. The first ever put together.
Advantage.
And they've got plenty in their locker. Gaka with a dominant run.
Okay. That's head contact. Not a high degree of danger.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, she's not looking too comfortable. Vera Roters, well, probably the
Number
most
17.
outstanding player on the pitch, and it was Asive
You say white,
Gaga.
number 17.
Strong carry into Roters. It's usually what you want to do. Your loose forwards to really start running and targeting the channel of the fly-off to get her working defensively, especially when she's such an attacking threat. And we see teams at all levels use that strategy. Even at high school levels, I remember us using that strategy against a couple of fly-offs who were causing problems for us. One of them being Franz Stein.
I think he caused some problems for a lot of people in the world of rugby down the years.
Problem is, when you're
She has
18,
the yellow card.
weighing 100 kilos, your channel is pretty tight.
Yeah.
And this is
Yeah,
Van der
yellow
Akker
card.
here. Here's Shanice Scholz. You can see clearly trying to get to Van der Akker, and it's clever by Issa Dupre, but great call. Gianna Fillion, the referee, being on the spot, keeping up with play nicely.
Let's go, girls.
So we're ready to get back underway. Bit of a head knock
Wait for it to get off the field.
for the very impressive number 10, and also a yellow card.
And you can see she's just uncomfortable, doesn't want to leave the pitch, loves this game. You can see she loves this game. And hopefully she's okay. It's just a bit too high in contact there. I don't think she had enough time to adjust. And that's why she's getting that yellow card.
Providing rich entertainment here at the Markota complex.
On you.
So now, with Netherlands down to 14 and South African women's under 18 still down to 14 as well. Let's see how they go when they're matched up numerically. Another improvised feed from Masizana. Successfully so. And
Lance,
Levy,
Lance,
did she
white.
hold on to that?
White lead.
Good attempt at the turnover. In fact, it was
Go
illegal.
first.
Called away was Van der Akker, and now this South African under-18's women's side gets right back onto the front foot. What a run from Klekane Baloyi. She's dragged in those defenders, creating an opportunity on the outside to exploit the South African backline, but they are struggling to find women in motion, similar to the
Nice,
Netherlands
Green.
under-18
Leave it.
approach, which has been so emphatic thus far. The turnover comes for those in white and orange. Played away by Spoelman, who has been impressive, athletic, accurate throughout this first half. All the same, traditionally, seems too tall to be a scrum half, Spoelman. Penalty South Africa.
Yeah, I tell you what, Paul Stubbs, there's someone who's put up her hand here. Nondumiso Molusi, 2 turnovers like a 6 flanker in this first half. And she's ripped it away as well in contact to make that 3 turnovers in just one half of rugby. And you know what number she's got on her back? 1 and a 4. No, that's not because she plays prop or lock. She's a number 14. She's a right winger.
Incredible work from the right winger of South Africa thus far. That kick not finding touch, and
Number 2.
that won't sit well in the spirit of head coach Jongi Nonkwe or his coaching staff, including Anisha Adams and Lesejo Malebadi.
Okay. Thank you.
What about this for a run from Van der Akker? Straight up the
Lance
center.
4.
Approaching the South African 22 again. No fullback in position for the South
Cross
African
over.
woman. A grubber through here would be a devastating one for those in green and gold. Spoelman on the spot again to clear to a blind side, which is narrow. Good strong run from Van Baten.
Down.
Recycling well.
Tape.
Unfazed by being down to
Advantage
14
side.
players. Oh, and the advantage comes. Trying too much there, Fazi. And giving
Step,
Netherlands
leg
2
step.
bites at the cherry now. Spoelman to play away again. Without a fly half, of course, right now, Netherlands. But still
That's it.
working like a well-oiled machine all the same. Good ball protection. Spoelman to clear. And now looking for the gap right next to the ruck. What a run that is from Dupre. Issa Dupre. She's over the line. What a player.
Yep, trademark try. Issa Dupre. That's what she does. Always lurking, always waiting to pounce on an opportunity to play. And we knew her moving from right winger to outside center should be doing this. And she does it at certain times of the game as well, when players will be very tired, not filling in those pillars around the rucks. That's very smart try from Issa Dupre. We see it at the highest level. Wingers running that short line off of the scrum half on the inside of the fly off. And what they do so well, this Netherlands under-18 girls side, they don't commit too many players to the rucks. They've always got girls on their feet, giving options. And, I mean, at first receiver, Ima Bavers, I mean, she's running it up, taking a crash ball maybe 1 out of 4 times. So, great brand of rugby.
Really entertaining stuff. The conversion is good from Yasmin Ploeger. And now back to the full complement. The SA under-18 side trailing by 19 points all of a sudden.
Yeah, this is excellent. Ball on the right side. Her opposite numbers trying to catch up to her. Nondumiso Molusi. She is one of the best players in the SA under-18 girls side defensively, and it's just so easy. Issa Dupre takes it at pace. That's the trick here now. Look at the identification coming from depth, building up pace, burst through the half gap. SA under-18 girls not reacting quickly enough. By the time Molusi reacts well, Dupre is gone.
So, Virgil, all that remains to be seen is, will you apologize for putting the commentator's curse on the right wing for South Africa, Malusi?
Immediately. How dare I? How dare I? A star of the future. A hero of the nation, potentially, Nondumiso Molusi, and that's what...
Okay, there's lying there and they're interfering in play. Quickly have a chat with them, please.
Yeah, that's what this moment is for all of these young national players for the first time ever, an SA under-18 girls side. So they'll learn from this, make no mistake, and I think it's actually a privilege to be able to go up against this Netherlands under-18 girls side and go up against a coaching staff that have had systems over the last 3-4 years. They've been tracking these players. I mean, you mentioned it, 100 caps for Netherlands Sevens national side, Mats Markers. They've also got Marcel Ehrmann as well, a 5-time Dutch champion with The Hague, 5 times Dutch champion. Coach Mats Markers was Castricum. That's where Fabian Holland, a New Zealander national player, currently was. So it just shows you, if you're able through your academy to get players to that high level, well, it's awesome that these Netherlands under-18 girls get to bring that to South Africa.
Now, what can South Africa bring to them is the question that remains. Levy gets, oh my goodness, the restart and some serious physical contact thereafter. Disregard for her bodily well-being. Janssen secures possession for South Africa's under-18 women who have one last chance to strike before the halftime break. Played away by Liu Skeeter. Well, the error comes, the hooter sounds, and Netherlands will have the last attacking chance of the half. Should they so choose, they could kick into touch now to shut it all down, but they have shown just how keen they are to run the ball at every opportunity. Played away once more by Spoelman, who continues to impress. And now, thriving in the back line is Stati. Always making meters on her carries, protects the ball so well as well, tucks it in well to make sure it can't be ripped away.
Out of the way.
It is recycled eventually for Netherlands. And here's the rather front-ranking star, Beaverus at the first receiver. How effective has this young woman been? Van den Akker. And the number 23 jersey, Spoelman, who plays away to Heitlager, who's standing at first receiver. Still without their number 10 on Netherlands in the sin bin for a further few minutes. And all of the seconds they're using right now will count towards that. And eventually, having seen enough from the first half, Yasmin Ploeger knocks the ball into touch for this Netherlands under-18 side, which has so impressed in these opening 40 minutes of the first half. And it is Netherlands under-18 that lead 19 points to 0. Okay. So, let's see some of the happenings from the first half. Looking so positive from the get-go, Fudge.
Yeah, just incredible attack and defense. The SA under-18 girls showed it early on. They were in the driver's seat. Incredible to think they came away with no points. We saw how close Molusi got. This was good building of the phases here now. Ambesiwe Unako Ponchi, what a first half she had, getting over the advantage line, especially in the first 20 minutes, building the phases nicely, good cleaning and recycling of the ball. I thought Likona Gyani really did everything she could to unlock the backline, as we see here. Jessie Skuman linking up with Shanice Scholz, and again getting 5 meters out from the try line, but unable to have those finishing touches.
And those finishing touches were applied eventually by Netherlands. All of this pressure not paying off, and impressive stuff defensively so from the Netherlands side as well, it has to be said, before finding their own way to the try line. Once they got a little period of possession, they really struck with a furious anger. But it was all South Africa early on. None of these pressure points turning into actual points for those in green and gold. And when they got close to the line, they tightened up and kept it amongst their forwards. And almost, in fact, they did get over the line, but the knock-on came from Rasmeni on that occasion. You can see the rushing defensive line of Netherlands compromising anything that the young Springbok women were trying to build. And in the end, South Africa's under-18s end with no points from that half, while the Netherlands women scored themselves some impressive tries. And here's where the try almost came for South Africa's under-18s. In fact, it was Mivuo Pauli. Look at her digging in at the back of the ruck there. Technique not perfect. The defenders that identified her all the same. She made it over the line, just couldn't hold on to the ball in doing so. That knock-on came. And then Netherlands had the chance to strike. And strike they did. Just look at the organization from the players there. Brover running on the outside. An unstoppable force. And they're just running out of numbers out to the right-hand side of their defense. Just rushing up there was the right wing, the impressive right wing, Nondumiso Molusi, who scored a try on Friday, and that sparked scenes of joy from the Netherlands bench.
Yeah, it's like just a gate closing. I mean, for them to understand how to keep their depth, how to make sure you're running over the ball. I mean, this is brilliantly worked. Cut it out. The defense will be nice and tight, and then Brover does so well to cause that overlap.
Just really entertaining rugby from Netherlands anytime they got their hands on the ball. And bear in mind, in the second half, they're going to be playing with a breeze at their back. And that could really change the dynamic of this match. And the South African women, the young women of South Africa, could be under tremendous pressure, because if they do put Netherlands under pressure, they have those skills to knock the ball downfield instead of running it all the way downfield, which they can do as well. So territorially, there might be a real change in dynamic in the second half of this match. A match which has been very entertaining thus far. I have to say, for the SA under-18 women, their line-out work is looking really good. Pauli getting up there high. Masizana mixing up her feeds as well. Sometimes popping to the lifted players, sometimes improvising and finding someone on the ground. Also, the loose trio of the SA under-18 women has been devastating in their carries, always going straight up the nostrils of their opposition. Asive Gatra in the number 6 really had a strong run, which unfortunately resulted in what looked like a head knock for the fly-off of Netherlands, Vera Roters, as well as Klekane Beloy in the number 7 jersey for South Africa under-18, who was dominant on the carry, and their captain and number 8, Palesa Matia in the number 8. She really has been looking strong. Jani clearing every time that she's gotten the chance. She has been under pressure, no doubt about it. Nua Levy, as a result, also always kind of on skates when she's receiving it, so she hasn't been able to unleash the backline in the same way that you saw the Netherlands under-18 women's backline being unleashed and coming whipping around on the outside, which resulted in that first try. Oh, so impressive for Juliet Brouwer. So the Springbok women under-18 side will be looking to improve the silkiness of their attacking play in the second half, but that's really something that's hard to work on and requires things exactly like this: opportunities at under 18, leading on to under 19, leading on to under 20, leading on to the senior game as well, and the domestic and international game, to make sure that you have your systems right and you know when to accelerate, where to run, how to support your player. We saw evidence of that early on in the match when there was almost a try on the outside for the SA under-18 women. Brilliant hands shown by Jessie Skuman and Shanice Scholz in trying to set that one up, but hunted down by a brilliant tackle right at the death. I believe it was Brouwer who made that last tackle for Netherlands and shut down that opportunity. So now we have a chance to speak to a woman who's risen to the very top of the game here in South Africa. It's Eloise Webb, who is in the company of Mthunzi Fudge Mabeta.
it's halftime in Stellenbosch at the Mark Otter Stadium here at Paul Roos Gymnasium. And it's day 2 of a historic SA Under-18 Girls team. The first time ever they're playing international test, and they're up against the Netherlands Under-18 Girls. What a moment this is. I'm with Eloise, former current Springbok women's player, played at Border as well in the WPD Provincial Championship. Now currently playing for Sanlam Roland. Eloise, you started playing rugby when you were 18. How important is it for these girls to not just start playing when they're 18, but to play international games for your country? Also, you've traveled, you've toured quite a bit now. How important is it for the young girls to get to tour with the team and to get to stick together as a group for quite some time?
I think it really means a lot for them to play even just on this level. So for them to go on to touring together, they just bond together. If you tour with your team for a week or 2 weeks, you get together quite nice and tight. And you can see that on the field too. When you just stick together, you just gel. I think it's very important to play more. And yeah, hopefully, yes, the future of women's rugby in South Africa really looks positive. And I think after this tournament, hopefully there will be so much more opportunities for them to play.
They are trailing right now, 19 points to 0 at halftime, but there are some stars. You can see some stars for the future, without a doubt. I don't mean to put you on the spot now, Eloise, but some of the players that are standing out for you, you're at center, you know, so you've got a great love for the game. What sticks out for you so far?
Yes, I have to mention our physicality as a South African team. How awesome is it? This is our under-18 team, and you can see the physicality is there. Doesn't matter what, doesn't matter how. They just give big hits and they have big carries. Yes, our number 8 is leading from the front. I have to mention her. Our flankers are doing their jobs excellently. And then our number 10 having to play against their number 10 that plays so lacquer. Yes, it's a tough day for her at the office today, but she's really doing good. Yeah, I think we can put a little bit more pressure on them on defense, but I think they're doing well. Playing against a team like that, experienced team, you can see they play out the back quite a lot, and that's very, very difficult to defend. So I really think we're doing quite well at the moment. Just stick to our structure, just be physical, be in their face the whole time.
Jeez, Eloise, are you going to join us in commentary? That's a beautiful analysis of that first half and pretty much the SA Under-18 Girls and how they've been doing up against a very well-oiled machine, the Netherlands Under-18 Girls. Thank you so much, Eloise, for joining me. I need to try to make sure that you come up to commentary and you share some of those gems with us up there as well. Thank you so much. Enjoy us for the second half. Thanks, Eloise. Any last words?
No, it's an awesome game, and thank you for the people coming out to watch it. It's really a positive for South African women's rugby.
Thank you. See you shortly. Yay! There we go. Not
With the wind at their back, what will this Netherlands under-18 women's side make of that advantage that they have? And never mind the skill that they have as well on the field and the keenness of the players waiting on the bench who showed so much togetherness and joy in seeing that first try for the Netherlands women's side. Must be an exciting tour for these young women to be on as well right around Christmas here. So they'll finish up, get back on a plane and go enjoy some home comforts after the next 35 minutes as the first half ran towards the 40-minute mark. But it's 19 points to 0. Netherlands lead over South Africa, and it's going to be a fascinating second half. Our referee, Gianna Viljoen, blows the whistle, and we are underway. Immediately looking to exploit that wind at their back. They go long with the kickoff, and here is the impressive right wing, Nondumiso Molusi. Digging in to get it free, Leo Skeeter. And so now the South African women will be forced to run from their own 22 or decide if they have the skills to kick it into that wind, and immediately look what happens. The wind holding it up ever so slightly. Not a great connection on the kick, but it puts your opposition on the front foot, and it makes it difficult to go long with that kicking option.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the big thing here now in the second half for the SA under-18 girls. Can they get out of their own half? We saw the Netherlands under-18 girls struggling with it. They had to keep ball in hand. A little bit awkward there for Noah Levy trying to use the boot to get out of jail. Let's see what they can do immediately under pressure as well with their lineouts.
It's just a knock-on effect. The dominoes keep falling when you're put under pressure with that wind blowing into your face and you don't have a kicker that can free you from the danger. Well, under pressure, she's done very well, Leo Skeeter, to get a clean pass away. And the running power of the South African under-18 women will be tested here in the second half. Going to have to recycle quickly and keep that defensive line guessing. And lines like that will do just that. Now the support on the outside from Janssen. Oh, frustration for South Africa's under-18 women. Just when they had a half chance, they've turned over possession. And now Netherlands women under-18 side can make their choices in how they move downfield. Chang was the first to handle. Well, they've got to capitalize on those chances, Fudge.
Yeah, that's the medicine they need here. Options for Noah Levy. I mean, she played in the Touch Rugby International World Cup just last year, scored 17 tries, and you can see why, you know, and that was for the seniors. Noah Levy, she was one of the youngest players there, but what a line by Shanice Scholz, unable to hold on to it in the end, Nyla Janssen. But that's what it's all about for the SA under-18 girls. You're going to have to run it out of your own half, especially with this gusting breeze coming across the pitch. We've already seen how difficult it is for Levy. But remember, Netherlands under-18 girls' most standout player, Vera Roters, is off the pitch. And it'll be interesting to see if she comes back on. I think it changes things for the Netherlands under-18 girls a bit.
How many tries did you say?
17 tries as a teenager.
Ridiculous.
Touch Rugby Women's World Cup last year. That's Noah Levy for you. While her father, Labib Levy, is a touch rugby aficionado.
Well, unfortunately, I'll have to go corny here and say, you can't touch this.
Interesting, good call here to go for touch. They've got some good adjustments that they've made with their line out as well. The SA under-18 girls, you'll see them go short to the prop at the front of the line out. Vuyiswa Ngwenya working nicely with Silake Masizana, but short line out again.
So crucial to get it right here. The young South African woman, they pounce back on possession, but they're offside.
On the 15, on the 15, on the 15. Yeah.
Excellent play from Stacey Neoff, just staying alive and contesting.
So Spoelman with the tap and go. And despite having that breeze at their back, the Netherlands women showing that they have no interest in just firing this ball downfield, looking to exploit their running talents. And they'll have another chance here.
There.
Unlucky there, Ambesiwe Unako Ponchi. I thought she showed the right picture to Gianna Viljoen, the referee. But again, you've got to listen to the referee and react to her immediately.
Okay. But don't run up to me. Go to where the rock was. Then you can take a quick tap. Because I'm not standing on the mark. Yeah.
Technique good, the execution imperfect, not finding touch off the penalty. Bang! That's a strong defense from Van der Akker and Niehoff, driving back the South African under-18 woman. And now the error comes, scrum Netherlands, and this is an attacking platform. Verdasdonk coming onto the field, and that may well be the replacement for the injured Vera Roters, or she took a head knock, so it's possible that that will keep her from coming back onto the field.
Yeah, well, the important thing here for the Netherlands under-18 girls is that they are back to 15 players now.
Coach!
But Vera Roters off the pitch. Can the SA under-18 girls take advantage of that? I think the important thing to do here, can they bring a bit of a press defensively to stop the supply to the wingers?
And here come Netherlands once again. Spoelman. Great effort at the breakdown. Mathieu wins the penalty for South Africa's under-18 women.
Side number 7.
The power of one.
Going for the line out again now. They are under pressure. The Netherlands under-18 girls will just sort of, as soon as there's a breakdown in play, they get to reset, and they're really trying to go for everything, putting pressure on Levy, unable to find touch.
Number of missed touches here from both sides. Up it goes from Brover over the top. Really an easy release there for South Africa's woman, getting possession back and turning to the boot. That's a good kick. Finding touch just before the halfway line. A chance to put pressure on the set piece.
Okay.
And for the SA under-18 girls, they'll want to get up.
Number 3 and 4, South Africa.
Mivuyo Pawuli
Number
up.
20.
See Sine Khasmeni getting substituted
Line
here
shoot.
now as well.
Just
It will be Kuma Isak coming on for her. And Oratilwe Baloyi had a great game. The number 17 on her back. And it will be for Ambesiwe Unako Ponchi. Also good day at the office for the tight head prop.
The tight head prop from Bongoleto High in the Eastern Cape makes her way off the field.
You know, I don't think enough is said about these high schools in the
Line
Eastern
out of
Cape
scrum.
and border region. I mean,
Line out of scrum.
in Tlanganiso High School,
Scrum.
we've got Bongoleto High School, as you mentioned, Motherwell as well. It's just what they do for the women's game by having girls rugby is just incredible. So many players have taken advantage of that and have used the platform, and now they've got an even bigger platform.
And the Eastern Cape and the Western Cape, really hubs of women's rugby. And especially so young women's rugby in this country.
Set!
Which is really the level at which South Africa can make massive strides and exploit the athletic talent that they have in these age group levels and harness those talents to go on to higher things.
Yeah, that's the energy. That's the energy you want. As the under-18 girls starting to just encourage each other to stay in it and fight. Great to see.
Leo Skeeter with the tap and go. She finds Gata. It's brought down by the ankles.
Nance!
Crucially so, Beavers taking away that explosive running talent of the South African women's number 6. Jessie Schoeman on the carry that time. She's seen far too little of the ball today. She's one of the most dangerous attacking weapons the South African side has to offer. Now sniping. She has looked lively since coming onto the field. Has Leo Skeeter. And a better name in the game of rugby you are unlikely to find.
No, leave! Green!
Absolutely. Nederleen Leo Skeeter. She's got a pep in her step. She plays high tempo. I think that's what they say under 18 girls need. They just need to keep up with play.
Captain.
Lion shooter.
We did speak about this. They can't be on their off their feet and still play the ball. Have a chat. The next one I'm going to have to send.
Time for another talk. This time not gathering the players around. The captain, Palesa Matia. That's going to miss touch again.
Backwards.
Yes, it is. Oh, that'll be frustrating. Just had a chance to capitalize on the error. And then South Africa make an error of their own. Scrum to the Netherlands woman.
You know, what I am enjoying here on Paul Stubbs is, you know, you see Nyla Jansen and Leo Skeeter just giving each other a high five, little pat on the back. Let's go, next job. Don't focus too much on that. They are communicating with each other. It's just that it's difficult when you're both in the same position on who should catch, who should support, wait for the pass to come. But They don't dwell on the mistakes. That's what's so awesome to see from this SA Under-18 girls side. They know what's important, and they know the first thing is to have a good team chemistry. And that's what the coaching staff has done really well here. Jongi Nokwe, Anissa Adams, and Lesego Malebati. Congratulations.
Outstanding scrum from Netherlands Under-18 women. Good strong run following that up from Van der Grient.
Leave!
Called away from the turnover, slowing it down effectively all the same, allowing for that defensive line to shoot up, and Baloyi makes a good tackle. Played away Beavers. She has got a full set of skills. The tight head prop, this time not coming off for Netherlands.
She'd make it into my touch rugby team any day of the week. Beavers.
So scrum to South Africa. Trailing by the 19 points, but it's not so much about the result here today, is it, Fudge? They need to learn as much as they possibly can from the second 35 minutes, because there's going to be a long break for them after this. And opportunities in women's rugby don't abound in the same way as they do in men's. You've got to take every opportunity that you get.
I think that's what it's all about. Take every single opportunity you get. You see some of Springbok women in the stands there as well. Some fans who have come out. This is the first taste of international rugby, and hopefully they'll keep going all the way to a Rugby World Cup of their own, and maybe they'll take the record of making it to the quarterfinals, which the Springbok women achieved this year, up to the next level. It all starts here. How many of these youngsters will we see in the short future? I think quite a few. Just considering the attitude of these young SA Under-18 girls, I've been impressed.
Fine! Sit!
Deep in their own half, but a centre field. Oh, just look at that scrumming as well from the young South African woman. A penalty advantage one, and now they can launch an attack. Unfortunately, it's an unsuccessful attack, but a penalty on the back of that scrum effort. Considering the way the kicks have been going, you might not see a kick to touch here either.
That's the fight I'm talking about. That's what the coaches want to see. A willingness to keep in it, a pride for the jersey. Awesome by the SA Under-18 girls.
So the tap and go is indeed the call. Hovering between the 22-meter line and the 10-meter, and trying to find a way through this Netherlands defense. The SA Under-18 woman set again. Still center field. Levy moves it on to Skuman. Oh yeah, look at that offload on the outside to Molusi. Hunted down again. The desperation of the cover defense of Netherlands, highly impressive. And the fight at the breakdown, similarly so. Cleared away by Leo Skeeter in the end. Numbers out to the left. No depth from the SA Under-18 woman though, and no players looking like they're going to be whipping around the corner or in motion. Just look at that ball going deep and finding a player flat-footed. Just need to work on creating that momentum and exploiting it as well.
And they've got such good tackle fight. You know, if they were a little bit closer, a little bit deeper, running onto it at pace, it would be very difficult for this Netherlands Under-18 girls side to keep up with them. But you're right, a little bit flat-footed, a little bit too wide at times. Maybe at times confused as well, the forwards, on whether or not it's time for their pod to take it up. But my goodness, once they do have ball in hand, the technique and just the attitude in contact. Kwagga Smith, how he does it. You know, it's all about winning those battles,
Girls,
right? And you've got a couple of individuals in this SA Under-18 girls side that have been winning those battles in contact. Another box ticked.
The contest in the air, the line out, not straight, scrum South Africa, and we saw how that last scrum went. The front rankers will be licking their lips.
Yeah, quickly. I can't see that.
It's awesome
That
to
I
hear
can't see. I'll
the
try,
different
but
languages
it's very
on the
difficult to
pitch.
see that.
These youngsters, some Xhosa, some Afrikaans, some Dutch.
Crouch!
What a diverse crowd, and
Fine!
well, it's great to see there is one thing they have in common.
Sit!
They'll give everything in the arena. Doesn't matter the age. What matters is the opportunity.
And Fudge, I mean, being this age and having an opportunity to play for South Africa must be such an exciting time of life, as you would know.
Move back, girls. Move back.
Of course it is. I mean, you picture a 15-year-old girl whose dream is to represent her country, And rugby is where the passion lies, and it just helps parents be able to
You have to be steady first.
assist.
You have to wait for my set goal.
And the earlier you start, the more of a reality it can become. You know, speaking of Palesa Matia, 90% students. She's got options to go to any university she wants to, pretty much. And the fact that she plays for her nation as well at a young age, massive opportunities to develop herself and her career.
Another impressive scrum from South Africa. What a line as well from Janssen.
Nice, great, bro, white.
Product of George High School. Stopped in her tracks eventually. Levy gets it away. Numbers out to the left. At good depth as well, but the error comes in the end because there's just not a cohesive motion in that back line from the SA Under-18 women. They look far more impressive gaining that go forward from playing it close to the ruck, a traditional strength, of course, of South African rugby in the men's and women's division.
Let's play a bit of footy. Let's show them some of that Netherlands football we've been renowned for globally. Just having a little chat. Well, to be a youngster and to have this opportunity, as you mentioned, Paul Stubbs, it's awesome. SA Under-18 girls, they look dangerous when they're running onto the ball at pace. Need more of that.
Set.
Have some real athletes in the back line. Just all about finding that cohesion.
Lever.
Oiling that machine.
Roll.
Yeah, that's trouble. Unable to roll away
by the ruck.
at all. Was
Don't run to me. There, where the rock is. Tap there. Yeah, don't run to me where the players are. Tap there.
Iris Jasmijn van Brakkel with the tap. Beavis, the impressive tight head prop. Good hands from Van Baten. Just calm and confident in the passing of the ball. This time it doesn't come off, and South African Under-18 woman able to scrape up the possession off the ground.
Yeah, what an intercept that was. Noah Levy, second intercept by the vice captain again. She's got a great ability of reading the game.
Hold in front. Hold.
It's Leo Skeeter that plays it from the base. An unhelpful bounce for Das Donk. For Das Donk. Just about dragging it under her control eventually and bravely taking on three defenders. Oh, almost a turnover for Beloy. She lost her grip on that ball. And the scramble from Netherlands good enough to hold on to possession. Or is it the counter-ruck strong? The penalty comes.
You can't play the 9. Say again. Yeah, I'll speak to him now.
Popped into touch, line out Netherlands. Hasn't been the strong point of their game, the line out.
Thank you. Captain.
Menke Smits onto the field.
Captain. This is a team warning now at ruck time. You can't play the 9. You guys are lying off your feet and still interfering in the ball. Okay. Do you want to have a chat? The next one will be a yellow card.
Well, she's tired of chatting to her team. It's all up to them now to keep themselves on the right side of the law. Line out to the Netherlands. Just about secured with Nijhoff in the 7 jersey for Netherlands rising high. Beavers showing her full array of skills yet again, filling it at halfback this time. Good strong hit from the captain, Matia. Pick and go from Van Brakkel. Well monitored. Now Carmen Ross the next to take it up. Making meters though with every carry though. And now Netherlands looking to strike. Beavis takes it to the line. Woman in motion on the outside. Here comes the danger woman of them all, Lisa de Pre. Still keeping the ball alive for Das Donk. And eventually the error comes. Knock on. So positive though, so keen to run at all times, not using this breeze at their back to kick into corners. They've got that 19-point lead and they're keen to express themselves.
That's great rugby to watch. There he is, Eman, one of the highly experienced coaches of this Netherlands Under-18 girls side. 100 games for the Sevens national side. Between the two of them, himself and Matt Marcus, almost 400 international caps combining the Sevens, playing for the Sevens Netherlands men's side and also the 15s. So, and you can see in the way that they're playing, a well-conditioned Netherlands under-18 girls side, but just the understanding and feel for the game is great at this level, must be said.
Well, the scrum moving backwards this time for South Africa, but that's because they were keen to clear quickly and popping one over the top ambitiously, Matia, and it's fallen fortuitously into the hand of one of her teammates, Janssen. Still fighting for that ball on the ground every time they have a chance to, Netherlands, and it creates problems like that. Just a bit of a stutter on the attack, bringing the error from South Africa. Scrum to Netherlands, and
1, 5, 10.
bit of a
12.
bomb squad coming onto the field for South Africa's under-18 women.
Let's go, yeah, there's too
Yeah,
much.
definitely a bomb squad. Danica Papers comes on, Lukanya Lolo comes on as well. Isipo Tungelo, I believe, is onto the pitch, together with Nogulinda Mkabela. Will that get a little bit of energy into the side? They'll just need some positivity, build the phases, focus on doing your job, make sure you're cleaning if you need to clean. Try to find a little bit of more structure, this SA under-18 girls side. Because the Netherlands under-18 girls, they'll express themselves, especially with Van Brakel on the pitch, the number 9.
And so it is Van Brakel who gets things going again, sends it to Van Baten. Points have been hard to come by in the second half thus far, but Netherlands cranking up the pressure. Minute by minute, it would appear. Beavers working as a facilitator here in the second half more than that hard-running crash ball specialist.
Release!
Stacey Niehoff gets herself to ground. That's the South African 22 that they stand on the brink of. Still running it hard into those defenders. Plugger this time. Slow progress, though, for Netherlands, as there's an uncompromising defensive spirit among the South African women, and the turnover comes. Looks like Lukanya Lolo got her hands on the ball there. Now, what can they make of this possession? They're in their own 22. They're going to have to run it the distance. Starting it off with a kick instead is Leo Skeeter. Looks to have a proficient boot on her, and that's one of the skills at age group level and youth level in women's rugby that is so important to have. And sometimes you'll find a young women's team that doesn't have an effective kicker. It can really hamper any game plan that you put in place. Got to be able to find distance off the boot.
Yeah, no doubt. I think we've seen a couple of the kicks from Leo Skeeter. No players reacting to it. Maybe a breakdown in communication from the scrum half to the wingers. But what was positive about that one with Nondumiso Molusi is that it was actually a kick pass, and she was running after it, putting good pressure on the Netherlands under-18 girls. Although unable to collect, she came close.
Really turning the screws on the Netherlands line-out is South Africa's under-18 women's side.
Advantage for knock-on.
Once again, in spite of the pressure, Netherlands able to retain possession. There's a knock-on advantage being played here, so we're going to have a scrum in what remains a pointless second half.
It's a knock-on. It's a scrum.
Pointless in terms of score, but of course in terms of development, plenty of lessons being learned, no doubt about that.
Oh, historic, isn't it? A massive milestone for South African women's rugby. Hopefully, I believe it's Carmen Ross getting a little bit of attention there for the Netherlands under-18 girls. And the SA under-18 girls will be targeting this next scrum now. They've got fresh legs onto the pitch. We saw Oratilwe Paloi, Likona Masiza, how important they were. Their first game on Friday, they were able to gain a bit of momentum, gain a bit of an upper hand, and, well, well-conditioned grit. This Netherlands under-18 girls side, although the SA under-18 girls, a couple of the tight 5 players are a little bit bigger.
Let's go.
You can see they're just very athletic in their building. Netherlands under-18 girls, and some wingers the size of our locks at times, but been very impressed with the technique of these SA under-18 girls with their scrummaging. We'll get a nice front row seat view of it right here. I hope that wasn't a commentator's curse.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Scrum time again, a number of changes. And holding steady at scrum time, the perfect platform to launch the attack, but the pass was no good, and pressure on Van der Grient pays dividends. Scrum South Africa.
They've got such a good set. The body positioning, the space awareness as well. Take a look at Likona Masiza from Sophumelela High School.
Still a bit.
Oratilwe
Around
Paloi.
about 15 minutes.
Very good technique. It's just that secondary shove isn't coming. They're winning the engage. They need the locks and flankers to get a good call. And number 8 to really push them through.
Bind! Set!
Danica Papers feeds the scrum, a solid one as well. Picked up by the captain, Matia, and they're playing that blind side. Always a Netherlands under-18 woman looking to get her hands on the ball to slow down the recycle at ruck time to hamper the South African attack. Baloi takes it up and does the hard yards. It looks like it's been snatched away by Netherlands. And indeed it has. A chance for them to attack once more. Sent away by Van Brackel. A young South African woman spread well across the field, and they continue to make their hits, especially so here in the second half. Started falling off a couple towards the end of the first. Nana Kramer. In a very crunchy situation there as the defenders converged on her. Played away by Van Brackel. He's struggling to pierce that defensive line of South Africa here in the second half. And another turnover in possession comes on the back of a strong tackle on Stati, who stayed on her hands and knees just for a moment. Slow to her feet as well for South Africa is Siva Gatra, who's getting some attention now.
Yes.
So impressive how this Netherlands under-18 girls side is able to react on the transition. As soon as the SA under-18 girls look to attack, they get into position so well. They adjust and spread out the communication. There's always a good, solid defensive line in front of the SA under-18 girls. And I think what's most impressive is, even though the SA under-18 girls might break the line or might gain some momentum, these Netherlands under-18 girls are making their hits, showing good technique in contact, and making sure that there are always two players there to try and stop any SA under-18 girls connecting.
So, Fudge, there will be girls here, of course, the age of 18 and approaching 19. The World Cup was this year, 2025, which means by the time the next one comes around in 2029, some of these players will be 22 and 23 years old. More than enough time to make it into a World Cup squad. Braxton Sorensen McGee is evidence of that. And the man that you mentioned earlier, of course, Frans Steyn, had a World Cup early in his life. Do you think these women will be focused, these young women will be focused on that kind of goal?
Well, that's exactly what this moment is for SA women's rugby. They get to start earlier, you track the players earlier, they have trackable data with some of the best coaches South Africa has to offer. I know Bafana Ntlek was here, we mentioned Jongikaya Nokwe, Franzel, September, and the list goes on and on. So for sure, make no mistake, SA women's rugby is in a much better place because of this level being international.
So the turnover in possession comes on the back of a handling error from the young South Africans. Backwards is the call on that one. And so we'll play on with Van den Akker. Van Brackel sends it the other way to Beavers. So secure in possession, the tight head prop. So full of skills as well, as is her loose head prop partner, Stati. Now a penalty advantage to the Netherlands. They are knocking on the door more and more vociferously here in the second half. But for the time being, South African under-18 women are holding the line. Here's Willemsen. Van Brackel.
You still have
Here's
advantage.
Beavers again. Jeez, she works so hard as well. All match long. Van Brackel gets it away. Stati is the dummy runner this time. Running out of numbers on the outside. We're going back for the penalty advantage.
Changing the advantage around. You can't do that. High tackle.
Now for the second game running. Wonderful refereeing and wonderful control from Gianna Fuljon. Because at this level, of course, it's about refereeing, but of course also about
Check the line. Line's middle.
not being too harsh, nurturing the talents, while at the same time keeping things fair on the field. Warming up to get involved in the action is Keisha Klute of Klein Niederberg, representative of Boerland. Klein Niederberg, a famous school in Paarl. Not too far away from Stellenbosch at all. Now that's quality line-out work. Heitlacher feeding it for the Netherlands woman. I'm going to run it straight at the defense of South Africa. Van den Akker brought down, about 10 meters to travel now, and Van Brakel gets it free. Van der Grint slowed down. Held up ever so briefly to slow down the speed of the recycle, and it's created some problems in the functioning of that Netherlands attack. Eventually the penalty comes.
Holding on.
Yeah, excellent. Nyla Janssen hasn't had the best of games, but she just stays in the fight again. A great character shown by these youngsters.
Levy with a tap and go, and you could hear her shouting after that one as she sent a bouncing ball to her teammate Makubela, and the penalty comes immediately against South Africa after earning one of their own.
Where the ruck is.
Iris Yasmin van Brakel
Let's go.
drives a hard bargain. Two very tall scrum halves, a very tall team indeed, as mentioned by Mtunzi Fajmabeta alongside me, that these are some serious athletes that the Netherlands under-18 women's side has brought down to South Africa for this two-match series. Dominant run there, straight over the top, within 5 meters of the South African line now. Well, that's not going to do.
Meryl Koning. Yeah, crawling towards the touchline there. But again, the SA under-18 girls will have a sigh of relief. They've stopped the Netherlands under-18 girls from scoring any points in the second half.
And now they're playing within their own red zone, as they must do, playing into this breeze. And in the final 10 minutes of this match, desperate to get a score on the board, surely, through the hands of Leo Skeeter. So hard to find any space across this field, as the Netherlands women know that the South African woman will be desperate to run the ball.
Roll!
And in fact,
Nance!
on many occasions will have no other option but to run it. Thus they can set their defensive line across the field and stick to their task. Beavers this time making the important tackle. Looked like Ngawe on the run. Away it goes from Danica Papers, one of the 11 Western Province representatives in the squad of 26 for South Africa's under-18 women. Beavers with the hands this time. Not perfectly finding her teammate. Heitlacher backwards is the call, so there'll be no scrum advantage for South Africa. This match has completely changed shape from the first half into the second, and both sides struggling to create any defensive lapses in their opposition. Looks like she took a knock to the head there, did Masizana, the hooker for South Africa. Wonderful line run and pass to the outside, finds the prey. Cleared away by Van der Grint. And in the end, she waits for her scrum half to arrive, and Van Brakel, and Netherlands making meters now on the carry as the minutes wear on in the second half.
18.
Penalty to the traveling
Multiple
team.
warnings.
Double blast on the whistle. Yellow
Away
card,
from
South
fight.
Africa. It's only
Not
fair.
rolling.
Time after time, referee Gianna Fuljon has warned, and now she punishes. Masiza is off the
Okay,
field.
thank you.
Yes, Keisha Klute then coming onto the pitch for the SA under-18 girls, and yeah, Likona Masiza getting that yellow card. Showing, again, digging deep to try and stop the Netherlands under-18 girls from getting over the try line, but they're just so well organized, and you can see Iris Yasmin van Brakel controlling the game. And once they get go forward, very difficult to stop when they start using their props and their forwards to get over the advantage line. We've seen Nahan Kramer, Shamira Stati getting into the game. Now, if it's not Emma Beavers, who's doing more of a cleaning job, you'll see
for the
Stati
South
taking
African
it
team.
close to the ruck and getting over the advantage line. Makes it very difficult to react defensively, and that's where the penalties will come. And Gianna Viljoen teaching these youngsters a hard lesson.
South Africa, we need
You won't
to
get
remove one
too
more
many
player.
warnings.
Yeah, they're gonna.
Looks like she has some
work it out that
teammates'
side.
names written on the
Gonna have to remove
bandaging
one
on the
more player
leg.
because you have to get a prop on.
At Fudge, it's exceedingly hard to hit a target that you can't see. And the Springbok women, in playing at that World Cup this year, not the first World Cup they've attended, but the success that they had in reaching the quarterfinals has created a target for many young women in this country to see and to take up the game of rugby potentially.
No, 100%. That's what this level is all about. That's what this moment in SA
Number
Women's
7.
Rugby is all about, is
Number
setting a
7,
target
Green.
for a 14-year-old and
Number
allowing
7.
them to have support from their families,
You have to leave the
because
field,
SA
please.
Rugby is saying we've identified your daughter and
Just
we
number
believe that
7.
they can make it. Please do support them, and that makes a world of a difference.
Okay, time's back on.
Beavers standing over the ball, an intimidating figure of the tight head prop. Very upright carry though from Beavers, which has resulted in her being driven back.
Maul.
More calls. If the South African
That's
under-18
what?
women can keep their hands on this ball, they would win themselves a scrum. They cannot do that. Numbers out to the left for Netherlands. Surely they must finish here, and finish they do. Roos Willemsen makes the pressure pay.
Yep, that's what they'll do to you, the Netherlands under-18 girls. Shift the contact point, constrict the defensive line by keeping it with the forwards, chipping away at those pillars around the ruck. And then as soon as they want to change the contact point, so difficult to keep up with it. That's literally draw and pass, a one-player overlap, 6 passes on the inside, and, well, easy does it. It looks a lot easier than it actually is. Well worked for the first points in the second half.
Well, it doesn't look easy to me.
How's that for a kick? Nothing easy about that.
Brilliant stuff. They have been impressive here, the young Netherlands women. And here's how the try came about.
Yeah, again, it's Van Brakel connecting with Emma Beavers. Just a pillar of strength, a tower of strength. Beavers sets up the maul, sucks in those SA under-18 girls, and then it's just draw pass until the overlap comes from Willemsen.
And you saw just drifting as well, the number 15, Daphne Verdaasdonk. If they needed an extra number, there she would have been. And it's just about those systems that this Netherlands side clearly has in place.
And it's the basics, Paul, it's the basics. Draw and pass, come from depth, come at pace, communicate on defense. They really are well organized, this Netherlands under-18 girls, and it's a huge opportunity for the SA under-18 girls to take some notes, tick some boxes.
Backwards. Play on.
Rattle some rib cages as well. Good strong tackle. Netherlands retain possession.
Tackle release.
Slow clearance this time for Van
Advantage.
Brakel, and another penalty
Playing off the
advantage
ball, number
against
24.
South Africa's under-18 women. Been struggling to keep pace here in the
Number
second
24.
half.
Playing the play without the ball.
But simultaneously, Netherlands have been
not
struggling to
sure.
finish off their chances and
My watch is
capitalize
over.
on
I don't
their
know how much they still have left.
absolute dominance of possession and territory.
I think so. There you go.
All smiles, all the same. What an opportunity, and well taken by these young women who have fought through an elite player development program that started at the end of November, that they've stayed together all the way up until this date. And Fudge, you must get some cohesion from staying together, but also, do you ever get sick of the players that you see staying together 2 weeks plus?
No, you don't.
Open
Not
up.
when you need to go to the battlefield
Yes.
and rely on them to be there for you in your darkest hour,
Open
mate.
up,
You know, the
ladies.
sisterhood is
Mommy.
strong out here.
Open up.
And they are
Go.
flying the flag high.
On the line. On the line. Yes.
Emma Beavers to throw into the line out. She can do it all.
She really can. Sign her up. Beavers feeds the line out, and it's successful. Of course, Van Brakel sends it away. Taken in by Van der Akker. Cleared away from Van Brakel, first receiver, Van Baten. They continue to be confident at all times, this Netherlands side, and when they spread the ball out to the wings, they look at their very best. Stutty on the charge. Look at that, 2, 3, 4 defenders dragged in. Quick ball needed. Van Brackel rather, recognizing that fact. Van Baten dropping one defender. Good protection at ruck time. Van Brackel with the bouncing ball clears it exceedingly well. Here comes a strong run midfield from Roos Chang. Meters galore for Netherlands now. The danger rising for South African defense and struggling to slow down that ball at ruck time now. Really, the lungs must be burning in spite of all the changes. The offload off the ground goes to Willemsen. No 9 is the call, but now Kramer comes to sort that out and frees the ball from the base of the rack. Time ticking away. Van Brackel gets the ball clear, goes to Niehoff. Now chopping back in, Issa de Pre. Give her space and she will be away.
Release all right!
First defender there was the call. Keisha Kluter made the turnover, and it's an effective one. She completed it as well. Nobody at home at the back for Netherlands, but unable to get any purchase on the kick to exploit that fact for South Africa. All the same, it's a good, clearing, relieving kick.
Yeah, great support coming from the bench as well. Danica Pipers has moved to scrum half. She started at scrum half on day 1 for the SA U18 Girls, and it looks like Nederleen Liuskieter is now shifted into Nuha Levy's position. She's off the pitch, Levy. One of the standout performers for this SA U18 Girls historic
last play.
series here against the Netherlands under-18 Girls.
One last chance.
Vantage for knock on.
For South African woman, the hooter sounded in the
No,
background.
sorry. That's an incomplete line out. We have to scrum.
And hope springs eternal. We'll have a scrum and one last chance now. This will be the last play of the game as long as there's no penalty infringement.
And just to mention something here, I think that's what the set piece is all about. You know when you're up, you know when the opposition is desperate, and that's what you want to just try to disrupt. Like the number 7 for the Netherlands under-18 Girls, Stacey Niehoff. Excellent work from her. She's disrupted the SA under-18 Girls line-out, and it's caused all kinds of problems with them trying to find rhythm to get back into the game.
Fine! Sorry, girls. We have to adapt. Number 8. Please fall to the back line. We have to adapt because they won less. We have to adapt. Let's go.
Still 15 on 14, of course.
And it has to be equal numbers with the scrum to make sure it's a fair contest. That's what Gianna Viljoen is explaining very nicely there.
Sit!
Also pertains to player safety also. My goodness, that one will be a coach killer. Jongi Nokwe watching on with his side, unable to score any points thus far in the game, and now they've given up possession, and it's up to Netherlands to finish the match off. They fire the ball into touch, and the Dutch flag comes charging onto the field. Successful in back-to-back matches in South Africa, these young Netherlands women have shone here in Stellenbosch over the last few days, and congratulations to them. As for the Springbok women, the under-18 women of Springboks formed for the very first time. They have certainly put some shine on their names and started their progression to higher levels in the game. The game which continues to expand in this country as it does all around the world, evidenced here today by a match between Netherlands and South Africa, two nations looking to rise in the women's game at under-18, under-19, under-20, and at the senior level. Congratulations to their coach, Mats Marker, who has brought down a great team full of impressive athletes, and they have put on their best display here in South Africa over the last few days. It's Netherlands victorious over the South African under-18 side in Stellenbosch in this historic series, second match by 24 points to 0. Fudge. Two wonderful matches, two impressive matches. No points for South Africa this time, but what will they take out of this experience?
Well, they'll take so many positive things, touring together, spending weeks together. 53 girls, it started with them, cut down to 23 players, 34 different schools I mean, imagine what it took to get this going. And you can see the camaraderie, the sisterhood is strong. These SA under-18 girls definitely did the country proud here against the Netherlands under-18 girls. And just look at what it means to these youngsters. That's what this moment is all about. Finally, there will be a national side for under-18 girls still in high school. Imagine what it does for all the high schools now in their rugby programs for girls. So I hope this moment motivates all the high schools around the country, all the provinces around the country, and most importantly, the investments into the women's game. I'm mesmerized by the SA Rugby and what they've done, and also how these youngsters have taken their opportunity. There are a couple of stars of the future we got to witness here over the past 4 days, and it's been fantastic. There was a bit of rain, a bit of wind here today, and then a bit of sunshine in the last 20 minutes. We got to see it all.
And of course, congratulations to the Netherlands under-18 women. It's great to see them enjoying themselves so much. That's what it really is all about, especially at this age group level. But for these women, let's have just one more word on this wonderful day for SA under-18 rugby, but this tragic day for SA rugby overall. They did it today for Lusanda Dumke.
Yeah, 100%. Paul Stubbs. Lusanda Dumke would be so proud. I mean, she knows how important it is to get involved in the game at a young age and how difficult it is, almost impossible. And it's just so awesome to see so many players from the Eastern Province, from Border, from Boerland. And I think Lusanda Dumke would be very proud as being one of the pioneers of the women's game in the country.
What a woman, what a legacy she leaves. Now let's take a look at some of the highlights from the match that has just gone by. 24-0 victory for Netherlands. But it started off with a lot of positive play for South Africa. Look at what they can do when they do have women in motion on the outside. And what a tackle in the end by the impressive Issa de Pre.
Yeah, Issa de Pre. I mean, there was some great offloads in contact as well. Seeing Shanice Scholz at pace, taking it up. That was a great catch as well. Anita Fazi in contact. But the defense was just so desperate from the Netherlands under-18 girls. 2 or 3 tries lying out there for the SA under-18 girls. They were in the driver's seat for at least the first 25 minutes of this fixture. They really had the Netherlands under-18 girls up against the ropes. They were retaining possession, running onto the ball beautifully. Offloads were coming off, running off of shoulders, keeping their depth, allowing options for Nuha Levy. I was very impressed with the first 25 minutes. They were very unlucky not to come away with any points.
Any standout players for you from the South African women's under-18 backline, which had their chances in the first half and absolutely no chances really in the second?
Yeah, difficult to name players. I thought from 1 all the way to 26. It's been impressive for these SA under-18 girls. But Nuha Levy, for me, was just outstanding. The try she scored on day 1 was awesome. I think the vice-captain, the way she defended up against her opposite number, Vera Roters, was excellent. And then also Likona Gianni, I was so impressed with the number 9, the way she was able to conduct play, keep it with the forwards. The forwards really looked on song in that first 25 minutes. So some impressive players there. Jessie Skuman looks the part, and Nondumiso Molusi. What a performance by the right winger again.
Absolutely. Now, let's get on to the Netherlands woman who really impressed here in the second of 2 matches. Issa de Pre with their second try of the match. They really turned it on towards the end of that first half, didn't they?
Yeah, Issa de Pre. I mean, she's just the perfect predator, isn't she? Whether defending or attacking, it's excellent. The way they're able to link up and create the overlap on the outside, the execution of a skill level, that's the akker. They're making sure that it's a good pass to Brover and Verdaas Donk when she came on. I thought it was very impressive. It was Willemsen who scored there. So, yeah, picturesque, a perfect arena, and we got to see these girls really express themselves.
Express themselves on a broadcasting stage to kick off their careers at under-18 level. The future is extremely bright for both of these sides, and we thank you so much for joining us for these 2 matches in the stunning Stellenbosch. It's 24-0 Netherlands win, the second of 2 matches in this series over South Africa's under-18 women. You'll see plenty more of these young women in the future. Stay tuned.